Welcome back to another lesson. I'm your host, AB Taylor. Now in this one we're going to be looking at practice exam strategies, tips and tricks that can really help you maximise your preparedness for these exams. Now preparing for any professional certification, especially in the field of project management, requires more than just memorisation. It demands a strategic approach to learning and the assessment itself. Now practice exams serve as an invaluable tool in understanding the scope of the certification content, identifying knowledge gaps and cultivating the mental endurance necessary for high stakes exams. Now practice exams, first thing we're going to talk about. Really good for gauging your readiness, familiarising with the exam format and identifying your weak spots. So practice exams allow candidates to assess your readiness for the actual test. How ready are you? Go through a practice exam, see how you score. If you consistently score, well in the 80, 85, 90% range, you are probably ready. There might still be weak spots that you might want to brush up on, but you're probably there. If you're kind of, 60, 70%, that would suggest you probably need a little bit more time. It helps you familiarise with the format, so you're not shocked, you're not surprised by anything on the day. It's a key benefit. You understand the structure, the question types, and the timing especially is a big thing. Looking at how many questions you've got, how much time you've got, and giving yourself a mental guideline as to how many questions you need to do per minute, per hour, however you want to structure that in your head. And obviously your weak spots, locating areas where performance lags, and it allows you to target your study to make sure that you focus on those weak spots and make the best use of your time. So strategies for practice exams. Set yourself realistic goals, approach them with a specific outcome in mind. Are you looking to master a particular domain or improve your speed and general competence? Simulate the real exam conditions. So recreate the actual exam conditions. Put yourself mentally and physically in the same conditions that you would be and make sure you are ready. Now, time management, again, pacing yourself by dividing the time per question. So it gives you an example there. 230-minute exam, 180 questions, roughly 1 minute 20 seconds per question, reserving some time to review at the end, and obviously go back to anything you get stuck on. And then post-test review. So taking the test is half the learning process, as it says there. Reviewing the answers multiplies the effectiveness of the practice. So go back through, see how you did, really deep dive into how you scored. So tools and resources for this. You've got digital platforms. Leverage online question banks and simulators. There's multiple tools in there for you to have a look at. There's study groups and forums. There's going to be a lot of people in similar positions to you studying for the same exam. Bounce off them, connect with them, engage with those, and really maximise the amount of shared knowledge that you have available. And then self-created questions. Formulate your own quiz questions. It reinforces what you've already learned because you're having to bring that information back up to the surface in order to create those questions, and it tests your own understanding and capability. Now the psychology of this, mental endurance, it's just like physical stamina. Mental endurance is vital for a lengthy certification exam. We could be talking 3 to 4 hours, which is a long time to stay focused. And then overcoming patterns of overthinking. So identify traps where you second guess your answer and overcomplicate logical choices. And this is especially crucial when you've got an idea of time on each question. Let's say you've got a minute per question. You don't really have time to be overthinking. And quite often people fall into that trap. They spend 5-6 minutes and then you've got to rush questions in order to catch back up. And then track your progress. Benchmark your scores over time. Look at how you create a trend line and see how you're doing. So document consistent scores across geographic or functional domains helps evaluate trends. So once you've created that trend line, you'll be able to see your performance over time. And then error categorization. Classify missed questions by topic. And then that will then enable you to extrapolate the areas where you're weaker and focus your time into those. Now, again, a few applications. We're going to run through one and then you take it upon yourselves, have a look at these and really focus on how practice exam strategies are being used here. So goal setting for domain-specific mastery. So the application is to utilise SMART goals, which we've spoken about before, to focus improvements during practice exams. Create specific, measurable objectives to enhance the weak domains. Use resources like the PMBOK guide, domain-specific study plans and online courses. For example, Set a goal to improve specifically procurement management scores by 10% in 3 weeks. Use PMP mock test platforms and Rita Mulcahy's guides. So this is, putting a plan in place to focus your time onto a specific domain where you might need to just get a few extra marks in there to make sure that you are comfortably over the passing grade. But go through these application examples and give thought to what's being done, what's being used, and how it's going to benefit in this individual scenarios that you see. And then, of course, you have the summary tables. Use these to check your own knowledge, check your own understanding. And then, of course, as always, you've got some practice questions. Give them a go. See how you get on. Any particular areas, you might need to come back, rewatch this, reread the study material for this one. If, of course, you still struggle, you need additional support and help, reach out to us. That's what we're here for. But thank you very much. Good luck with the practice questions. I've been Ibby Taylor. We'll see you on the next one.